I can move the tables around easily, anytime, without spending a lot of time. What about the training resources and technology? So training resources, just now we talked about materials, right? For instructors and materials for participants. Distraction. How are you going to manage distraction? Is it going to be a place where everybody look outside and then anything happening outside, people walk past, the person got distracted? I think for adult learners, not so important here. So distractions that you need to consider will be handphone, aircon. Is it too cold? Will it be too hot? So all these will fall under amenities as well. Huge bug here. Okay. I won't go through every single style. I will go through only some. Okay. You can read from page 10 to page 14 of your course notes. As a guide, and according to your course notes at the moment, a large group is anything more than 30. Okay, small means anything fewer than 30. Take note of this. Again, these considerations that you consider here will affect your seating considerations. How many people will fit in the training room? Are there writing surface to encourage people to take notes? Do you need movable furniture for discussion? If not, how are you going to arrange the permanent furniture, the fixture, so that it's conducive for discussion? Do you need breakout activities? Do they need a computer? Where is the center of attention? You want them to focus on you, or you want them to focus on the screen? You want them to focus on each other? You want them to interact without moving? All these you need to think. Then it will affect your sitting styles. Okay, next. Many things, basic requirements of a training room. I leave it for you to take a look. Okay, I don't think there's anything that you cannot understand here. Okay. I will go through the course notes with you. I need you to turn to page 10 and 14. 10 to 14 now. Okay, I'm going to flash it on screen. Wait, let me open up. Hmm? Okay. So let's look at classroom style. We are all familiar with it. Okay, there are advantages and disadvantages. You need to read it and take a look. Okay, I want to point out some important ones. Herringbone. Theatre, seminar, amphitheatre, you should know. You read it. This one. U shape. Okay. Before I continue, let me ask, what is a large group? Can you remember what's a large group? Charles?
More than 30.
Charles. Charles, what's a large group?
Sir, do you call me?
Yes, what's a large group?
Large group. A lot of people. A lot of people.
We all know that. How do you classify a lot of people? What's the number?
Maybe like 20 to 40.
No, there's a number that we talked about just now. Just only less than 5 minutes ago. Who is this? Is that PJ? So just now somebody shouted out. Who is it?
More generally, over 30. Large group.
Yeah, Darren, not you. Somebody else shouted out. A lady. While I was calling Charles. Is that Pigeon? Okay. Yeah, we talked about this just now. Large group, more than 30. Charles, do you hear what we say just now? So small group will be less than 30. Yeah? Okay. So as you can see here, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's look at this U shape. Okay. If you were to sit in a U shape, generally, if you are the trainer will be here. Okay, this is what we mean by where will be the center of attention. Because you are looking at each other, it will also help with your collaboration. Okay, so things like this see the presenter, audience interaction, engage, all this. By looking at the shape, you should roughly be able to tell. However, this is true. It is very efficient. Why? I'm going to draw out for you. If this is the room, you have a U shape. Okay, okay. Let's say both are the same room. You have a U-shaped room versus you only have this number Let's follow here 12, 10. 10. However, if I were to align them properly, I can put up to 12. So that's why it says that it is very inefficient. It is not saying that it is, here it is not saying that U shape is not good, okay? Here it is just telling you that if you are constrained by space, okay, if you need to fit 20 people in the same room, you cannot use this one. That's all it is saying. You may not be able to use this one. Clear? Okay, let's move on. Horseshoe, similar to U shape. Okay. Hollow square or rectangle. Okay. What does this kind of sitting reminds you of?
A boardroom, actually, something like a boardroom, actually, seating style, I think.
Yeah. So boardroom meeting. What about this? What about perpendicular style?
I think like facing each other, the participants actually, if you look at this seating style.
How will you do this? When will you see this facing each other? YK?
Maybe team. I don't know. I really don't know.
Definitely meeting, debate.
Yes, but maybe students teaching other students.
Okay, discussion, right? Where you can clearly see that discussion, two groups. It's very distinct. Okay, the important thing is hierarchy is not an issue. Okay, but you can very distinctly see that there are two sides. So on when you don't want people to take sides, this perpendicular style may not work. What Darren said just now about the boardroom style is here. Boardroom, normally fewer, but they are similar. Okay, boardroom is a table. This whole thing is a table. Whereas this one, the table is here. There's something hollow in the middle. Okay, both can work. Both has their advantages and disadvantages. So these, we talked about it just now. Okay, this will affect here. There's a checklist here, but there's no need for you to know all, I think. Just apply this to your project. Okay? Any question? Okay, next. Before I end, we've done all this already. Let's look at contingency planning now. Have you ever attended a training and then things go wrong? Okay, let's see who are those who handled training before. Huh? Sing, you sat in a few training, right? Sing,
Yes.
she very annoyed already.
I know, I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed. I just ask.
So, have you encountered any problem? Like, you just witnessed things going wrong one after another.
I think there is one time that like, cause after the end of the day, right, the employees they have to take a MCQ test to test their knowledge, right? They test how they did for the training course, right?
Uh-huh.
Then there's one guy that he's not happy because he failed the MCQ test.
Okay.
So, but then he said that, but then cause it's not we designed the question, right? Cause it's like the I don't know who designed the question lah. Then after that he felt like the question isn't phrased correctly.
Okay.
He complained that like I'm the engineer here. Why should I get wrong? Like I should pass this MCQ test.
See,
Yeah.
so things like this will go wrong. Okay, these are just human issues. Then other things that possibly could have gone wrong, Akida?
Yes.
Other things that possibly could have gone wrong?
The clients never come.
Sorry?
The attendee never come.
Okay, attendee never come. Anything else?
Anything. Maybe the technical issues, like the connection.
Technical issues, right? Like suddenly, our last week on Monday, we faced technical issue in C101. It just couldn't work. Then subsequently, when I went back in, it could work. Things like this. Other things will be, if you hire a trainer, the trainer was on MC, then what I'm going to do? All the participants are there already. Okay, Joel, what are the possible things that could go wrong in a training?
Natural disaster happen.
Natural disaster. Okay lah, you want a bit off lah in Singapore. Maybe train breakdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything else?
Or maybe the external vendor, sometimes they did not set up the room according to the seating plan. Sometimes they just set up anyhow. Then that's why we need to like inspect the seating area to see whether did the vendor actually place the right seating arrangement actually. Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, valid. Sometimes you expect the vendor to do things correctly, right? But they actually don't. A lot of things can go wrong. You expect that the vendor set up the internet for the participants, but you never check, they never do. Okay, this is a real life incident. Even it will happen to anyone, anywhere, even in ITE. So I'm sure you all remember the mental health talk that I organized last year. We invited Dr. Tan. So before that, I have ensured that he has got an account for Microsoft Teams so that he can do many things. We set this up 2 to 3 weeks. before the talk. Then once we got it, on that day itself, we tested that the account is still active. And I did mention to IT side that we are going to have the talk on this day at this time. And then when they asked when should they close the account, I told them 1 week later. I gave them a specific date and even the time. 5 minutes before the commencement, no, half an hour before the commencement of the talk, Dr. Chris' account expired. So even despite we have done our due diligence in checking, things still go wrong. But these are the things that are beyond our control. However, because of this, things beyond our control, we need to have a contingency plan. Okay, so these are the things that could happen: damage AV equipment, slow web, this one cannot help it, no show some participants, vendor didn't set up the room, training room not available, printer cannot print the handout, then what are you going to do, instructor, MC, and so on. So you need to have contingency planning. Okay, basically this means backup plans. You will get better in contingency planning with experience, because then you have encountered what are the possible things that could go wrong. Then you can make plans for it. Okay, so for just my own example, for the mental health talk, I sort of already expected if this happened, okay, I'm going to quickly change my Microsoft Teams password and let him log into my account to talk to you all. Therefore, during that day, you see that his face was Mr. Alvin Tan, right? So I changed the password. I gave him the password. After the talk, I changed the password. So that was a contingency planning. So it requires all of us to quickly think on our feet. Cannot panic. Cannot get panic attack. Cannot faint. Things still must go on. So you need to have a mental preparation that things will go wrong, so that you can react quickly. But of course, there are no right or wrong answers when it comes to contingency planning. The end objective is to get things done. That's all. Just remember this word, contingency planning. Backup plan, basically. Okay. Next, when it comes to training budget, okay, these are the things that you need to look at. Is there an existing budget for training? What is the fund that you can tap on? Is it centralized or decentralized? Is it an annual budget or given? Ad hoc means you request for it, then it's given to you. Okay, and then how can anybody use the budget? Is it for only certain programs, core programs, or for any program? Very important. Is the training a need or is it a want? Can anybody explain this? What is the difference between need and want?
Need is something that you like, need is something like if you need it must be necessary actually. Whereas want, you don't need it actually, but you wish to have it. That's the difference actually for me when it comes to a need or a want.
Okay. Let's see. Irfan, give us an example of a need and a want.
Need is like those McDonald's, they have like a service for customer service training development lah. That is the need lah for them. And
Okay.
then for a one is like it's something that they don't really need lah, but
Like?
Like leadership training like that.
Okay, can something like that. Okay, so you just need to know need. Okay, a training that is needed means if the person is not trained, the person cannot perform his or her job function. That's a need. Okay, a want is something above and beyond the job function. Okay, so it depends. Sometimes a customer service may need to have marketing knowledge. So other than customer service training, okay, as a need, marketing training may be a need as well, because that is part of the job of the marketing of the customer service in maybe company A. Okay, one means not necessary. Okay, in real life, I can give you an example. We all need a phone. Okay, but for some of us, we want iPhone. Okay, we don't need an iPhone. We just need a phone. I can use Android. You can use Samsung. But one is something that you desire. Okay, just like we need a laptop. Okay, but some of us want a Mac. Clear now?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Okay. When it comes to finances, this will help you in both your project. So please pay attention. And these are the common costs which will help you with your budgeting. Okay, I can't write properly for this one. Sorry. I can't use my mouse to write. I can't use the trackpad to write. So basically, this is got to do with your budgeting. So things like rental of equipment, rental of venue, sometimes rental of equipment. Okay. Do you need to purchase any training package? Like, if you want to do virtual, do you need to purchase Zoom? Do you need to purchase Microsoft Teams? Or any other training requirement? Like you want to teach somebody Microsoft Word, you need to have Microsoft Word. Do you need to purchase any support material? Do you need to find somebody to develop the course and pay them? What about printing? You cannot be free, right? Paper costs money, toner costs money. Hiring a trainer, definitely. What about consultant? Then costs related to communications. Do you need to find somebody to publicize it? Do you need to create an advertisement? What about the marketing materials? How are you going to publicize and send it out to everybody to create awareness? So these are the common costs. There are others. Okay, you can do a quick Google search. Okay, so we finished Unit 3. Any question?
No.
Sorry, Isha, I got a question.
Go ahead.
You said for the budget, right? I don't know if this module is strict enough that we have to also think about licenses also. Do we have to
Think about what?
license? If you go to an open field, then you want to play music, for example, you have to apply for license for that, or else the police can ask you to go away. But I don't know if it's required. I hope it's not required.
So very good that you say that. If you book an open space, a public space, Yes, license is very important. So these are the things that, so these are the details that will cause you to get more or less marks for that section. Understand?
Okay.
And these also must be included in the things you need to do, because there's a timeline, right? For you to execute certain things. Okay, any question? Any more? Okay, if don't have, thank you everyone for being punctual today, most of you at least. I will see you all tomorrow at 8 a.m. again. Okay, just to reiterate that two group work, okay, the group work that I've assigned to you, there is no need for you to, the objective is for everyone to learn something, okay? The objective is not to do a detailed presentation, okay? You need to have presentation aid, okay? And visuals, okay? But it can be, you can write it as long as everybody can see what you are talking to complement their learning. It is fine. No need fanciful PowerPoint, okay? Just need visual to help everyone understand and follow. Joel, yes.
Must it be in a presentation slide format? Can we just,
Yeah, can you what?
can we just do like a Google Doc and then write some points and then elaborate further on it?
Yep, can.
Okay, thank you.
No need to spend so much time doing that. Okay, so basically the purpose is everybody must be able to see and follow while you talk. This is to cater to what kind of learner?
Visual, spatial.
Sorry? Visual, spatial, right? Okay, very good. I need to cater to visual learners. All right, if you have no question, I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Goodbye and have a good rest of the day.